The Anachronauts. They travel through time by downloading history to their brains and archive the past in order to save the future. With their trusty brain download computer, the Epic Traversier, they randomly visit the past year after year. Join them as they embark on their next adventure. Prepare yourself for Anachronology.
Sup?
Hey there, welcome back. I hope you don't need a friend for your back brace or your back brace friend, but if you do, you can check out broliosisbuddy.com, or you can check us out our full podcast to see that whole brand new sponsor that we just had for this episode of Anachronology, what you're watching, and we are getting ready to wrap up here with our final category and segment. And I know I teased this earlier, unfortunately, because I hit the wrong button, but 15 Minutes of Fame is a new category that we have here on Anachronology. So what I'm looking at here, Tom, is I know that we've had one of the segments that we have on the show is news, which is different from year in review. We do a little more of a deep dive. And then a couple episodes ago, we had a crimes and misdemeanors. And looking over what this is, it kind of seems like a little bit of news meets crimes and misdemeanors, but also just some people that for whatever reason they did something either good or bad, but they had their little 15 minutes of fame here.
I like it.
2006. So first off, he's a naughty goodie. This guy, Warren Jeffs. Oh, well, this is kind of on brand. I wonder why this probably makes sense of why he got pulled up, considering the TV program that was mentioned also, Big Love. This guy was a fundamentalist, the leader of the Fundamentalist Church of Latter-day Saints, the FLDS, a polygamous sect. That means that he has many wives that broke away from the mainstream Mormon church. You know, you've got some protocols that you need to, like, if you got to break from the Mormon church and form your own church, there is definitely some weird shit you're probably up to. And this guy, I wonder what he was up to. Well, he was involved in arranging marriages between underage girls and older men, a practice that eventually led to legal action against him. You think?
Wow.
He was on the FBI's most wanted list and captured later that year in Nevada from fleeing Arizona. Sentenced, oh, Jesus Christ, this dude was only sentenced to life in prison plus 20 years instead of being eradicated off the face of the earth.
Yeah, you know, when you have obviously a name with two first names like Warren
Jeffs,
that's already a red flag. And I mean, this guy looks like a fucking creep, dude.
Oh,
He's giving me douche chills. And, you know, it's always these guys in the face of, you know, religion, these guys creating their own fucking, you know, culty religious groups just so they can get some pussy. Let's not lie. You know, that's what these guys, the ulterior motive. It's fucking gross.
So this is one of those times where I feel like, you know how we should have a fair and due process of law and everyone can have day in court and appeals. When there is like multiple corroborating witnesses, and I don't know like what other sorts of evidence that they got this guy on, but if he's marrying children off and marrying children himself, just fucking put the guy out of his, not even out of our misery. Just waste this dude. Whatever your death penalty is, bring it back for these people. There's no reason to have resources, time, money spent on keeping this kind of garbage alive.
I mean, or if you know, in the case where he is incarcerated for the rest of his life, I mean, most likely then they're spending all this time to keep him separate and alive because really this guy's fucking bait in jail. They're going to fucking
the wolves
a broomstick up this dude's ass in the first week he's there. So have fun, bro.
Yeah, so I wish his fame wasn't for, his fame wasn't for what it is, but unfortunately it is. So Warren Jeffs, go get fucked. Heather Mills McCartney. So Heather Mills McCartney was the second wife to Paul McCartney. They got married in 2002. Do you know what happened in 2006? They got divorced.
Damn, dog. That was a quick run for Paul. He probably just didn't like that she had two legs, honestly.
No, she only had the one leg. Yeah, that's right. She had she got on a motorcycle accident. She was like an advocate for landmines. I remember thinking, like, how did this broad get her leg blown off? Like, what was she doing? She was a model. I was like, what is she doing over in Rwanda or wherever, like
Wow, that's
Cambodia?
hardcore,
Dude,
dude.
she was a landmine activist, but in reality, she was in like a car accident with some, dude she was stooping when she was in her 20s.
I
And
wonder if Paul wrote a song about it, you know?
oh
They
yeah, oh
feel
yes,
like
I wrote a song. I wrote a
the
song for Heather
secret
Mills.
McCartney track about his one-legged fucking love
Yeah,
affair.
yeah. Well, if you're gonna please her with a cunnilingus, you just gotta sing a Beatles song. You just go down there and you just sing. Yesterday, I was eating your pussy
I mean,
yesterday.
if you're McCartney, there ain't much work you gotta do to probably get any pussy at this point, but, yeah, I mean, way to go at his age, just picking up another bride.
Yeah, took him for 24.3 million pounds. She got out of him for being married.
Damn, I hope that bought her the sickest fucking artificial leg.
Yeah, fucking buy it plays the entire Beatles
Oh,
catalog.
yeah, one of those, like, blades, but, like, pure, like, carat gold or something.
Not too bad for only having dude, they got
Hey, bull.
married in '02, divorced in '06. 24, like basically 25 million pounds for 4 years of
Oh,
marriage. Not too bad, I'd
not too
imagine.
shabby, dude.
Not-
To
all,
to wring out that Beatle money, get it.
all he does is complain about John Lennon. Let me see. What do we got next? Look at this guy. This guy couldn't have done anything wrong. There's no way. This guy, I mean, look at that
Oh,
wacky goatee.
I'll
Look
tell
at
you what he did wrong is that facial hair choice.
it.
His barber should be shot.
Listen, he spent way more time at the barber than he did anything else this
You know
this
when
week.
like people they do it often, like this guy's chin and the facial hair is actually perfect for when like remember like when you were a kid and you would like when it's like you film yourself upside down where like the mouth looks funny. This guy's got the perfect setup for that. Like put some eyes under there. He's got like oh, I would love to see it. I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
Well, the AI producer, get on this. But
Get on it.
this is Greg Anderson, and he was basically the linchpin of the Balco scandal,
Oh,
the
boy.
BALO scandal, and this was him being indicted and pleading guilty to steroid distribution charges in 2005, sentenced to 3 months in prison,
Talked
3
all
months of
about that.
confinement, year of supervised release, and also contempt of court. He was in prison multiple times for refusing to testify against Barry Bonds
He
during
just looks like a shit bag, this guy. This guy looks like he just would just be laughing as Barry Bonds like shot steroids into his ass, you know?
Yeah, like if you've listened to this show or any other of our shows, you know that Tom and I don't necessarily mince words or mince words when we pass judgment on people. But come on, look at this guy. Come
I
on,
mean,
he's
look
a
at
piece of shit. I mean, look at this
Yeah,
guy.
this
I mean,
guy
come on.
has multiple crimes under his
Come
belt.
on.
Yeah, this guy's
I
a
mean,
scumbag.
come on. How many girls did he date rape that have not come forward? All right, this is allegedly, Greg.
Mhm.
Next we have.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, Carla Martin, a producer, tried to get like a better snapshot of this broad, but a little difficult considering that she was the former Transportation Security Administration attorney who was involved in the Zacharias Moussasoy trial. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but Moussasoy was a member of the Al Qaeda and arrested in August 2001 before the 9/11 attacks.
Oh,
He
whoa.
was later charged with conspiracy to kill U.S. citizens, commit acts of terrorism, and she was, I guess, made nefarious or got her 50 minutes because she improperly coached witnesses and shared transcripts of testimony which violated a court order.
What you
to keep
doing, lady?
to keep testimonies independent. So surprisingly, even though the judge called this inexplicable and they had potentially undermined the fairness of the trial, it doesn't matter because the homeboy who was the Masusai ultimately pleaded guilty to 6 conspiracy charges and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Wow.
So she faced significant professional consequences. But hey, the people, I guess all but one of the guys who didn't blow up in 2001 tracks because he wasn't on the plane, I guess he's got the life in prison. So
Ugh.
Carla Martin, thank you for, I guess, doing what you shouldn't have done.
And anybody that's going to step up and represent TSA too. That's
Yeah,
good.
right.
That talks a lot as well.
Next up, we have Zinedine Zidane, the headbutt Frenchman here in the white, headbutting an Italian soccer player. One of the most infamous moments of World Cup history. It occurred during the 2006 FIFA World Cup final between France and Italy. In the 110th minute, Zidane headbutted an Italian defender in the chest after an exchange of words.
Just in the chest, though. That's not bad.
Zidane was shown a red card and sent off, ending his illustrious playing career on a sour note. Wow. Still pretty badass. So yeah, it was the last
to go out with a headbutt.
Right, the last thing, and the last thing he did on his whole entire soccer career is headbutt. Which, granted, that is much better than flopping. At least, like soccer players are notorious for not being hurt and flopping around like they got their shot. At least he actually did something and took it like a man and said, "All right, fuck it, I'll get out of here." All right. Next up, we have no idea who this is. Sarah Evans. That's why I guess she only has 15 minutes of fame, Tom. Sarah Evans. So she made the difficult decision to withdraw from Dancing with the Stars, cited personal reasons for her departure, specifically dealing with her ongoing divorce from then husband Craig Schlesky. No idea who the hell this is. Dancing with the Stars.
No idea. I mean, obviously, Dancing with the Stars, a pretty heralded and well-watched reality dancing competition with B-grade celebrities that continues to this day. But she fits the bill. She seems like the perfect Dancing with the Stars contestant, but she couldn't take the heat, so she fucked up.
Yeah, I know. So that's your fit. Makes a little more sense why you only had 15 minutes of fame, because I guess people cared about your divorce, and that's why you had to leave a dancing reality TV show.
She couldn't lock in and get that cha-cha just right with her competitor.
See ya, you're gone. And then we have Isaac Hayes.
My man.
We have Isaac Hayes, or a chef, at least in this instance. So in 2005, South Park aired an episode called Trapped in the Closet, which satirized the Church of Scientology and featured a fictionalized version of Tom Cruise. And Isaac Hayes, he himself a Scientologist, reportedly became uncomfortable with the show's portrayal of his religion, and this was his character on South Park. So they killed off his character.
Incredible.
So one thing that the AI producer didn't dig up, and I wonder if it's because he was a Scientologist. I remember reading an article that his, if not both sons, one son was like in charge of Isaac Hayes' estate, and I guess his dad was kind of getting on a little bit, like a little, not super dementia, but wasn't really bothered with all of the ins and outs of making Hollywood, any work, because like, I go and tell my voice on a cartoon for these two white guys who are crazy. So Isaac Hayes really wasn't doing anything. I guess it was the sons who got pissed off at the episode, and they contacted Matt and Trey, and Matt and Trey were like, all right, well, fuck it, if he doesn't want to do it, we'll just kill it off. But they didn't, as far as I can remember reading, it wasn't like Isaac Hayes called them up and said, hey guys, this is not cool, I don't want to do it anymore. It was like the sons of Isaac Hayes who were representing him because they wanted, for whatever reason, they're Scientologists and crazy.
Bro, it was quite a mic drop for that period in time to kill pretty much a staple character on one of the biggest animated shows going. Like Chef was the OG. Chocolate salty balls. I mean, I remember.
Hello, children.
Yeah, I remember that episode too. And the funniest thing was like how awful of a death they gave him to. He like shits himself. It's just like it's in perfect, pace of South Park. They just didn't hold back.
And all the dialogue is just lines he said in previous episodes of the show, just cut up, so it's all like janked out. Like, hello, children.
They just did it, bro. They were just like, yep, you're out. You're out. Then you're dead. They killed this major character. That was big news, man.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, the mic drop moment of killing his ass. Fucking didn't see that coming.
Hells no. Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember this guy.
About somebody praying for death. This guy looks rough.
If you're watching this at home and not listening, but if you are listening, go and watch us. Go check us out on YouTube. It's for free. If you want, pay us $5 to watch the full episode on Patreon. But this guy that we're looking at right here, this is Harry Whittington, and his face is mighty yellow. And if you're wondering, it's not jaundice, it's not gangrene. This guy was shot by, drumroll please, Vice President Dick Cheney while they were hunting quail.
This is the guy. Holy fuck.
Dude,
Is
this guy,
this so this is his after face from being shot by oh my
you
god,
can see the holes in his for the
the
bird shot hit him in
buckshot.
the fucking head,
Ugh,
dude. This guy was, dude,
Jesus
78
Christ.
years old, attorney, accidentally was shot by
Mm,
Cheney while they were hunting quail. Cheney was aiming for the bird when Whittington, who was walking behind him, was struck by pellets. So, not very good muzzle discipline, VP Dick Cheney. Incident was
Jesus
initially reported by
Christ.
local sheriff's office, did not receive significant media attention until a day later when it was publicly disclosed.
Bruised
Uh,
up.
an investigation by the local sheriff's office concluded that Cheney was not intoxicating and the shooting was an
Mm,
accident. Yeah, because anytime you shoot
sure.
someone in the face while you're out
Yeah,
hunting, that's an accident.
yeah. Aim for the bird next time, Cheney.
This is from his press conference he gave, obviously, when he was getting out of the hospital.
I'm
And
okay.
dude, I want to say that this guy apologized to Dick Cheney.
Oh
Like, I
god,
can't remember the exact
such an
verbiage, but he's like,
orn.
"I want to apologize for all the cause that the harm that I have caused, the
Bro, he shot you in
distraction."
the
He shot
face.
you in the face,
I
bro.
feel like it works opposite.
Yeah,
Like, he should have had a fucking press conference and been like, "I'm so fucking sorry," but why would Dick Cheney do that?
he shot you in the
That's
face.
so Dick Cheney.
Okay, next up, we have Surrey Cruz, a little baby. A little
Oh,
bit like
wow.
she
Yeah,
was born
there's
in
Tom Cruise's
2006.
scary smile. I was like, "Okay, yeah."
And good enough or good for you, Suri Cruz. I am pretty sure that she doesn't want anything to do. This is yeah, basically 18 years later. So she is a young adult now, young lady. I hope to hell that the wackiness that her father's
Mm.
life has struck her to not wanting to be at all in the public eye. So I'm glad that your 50 minutes of fame was only hopefully relegated to some time you can't remember, little Suri Cruz.
He's such a creeper, man. Yeah, and I mean, this was that was the whole scandalous thing too, is her like Katie Holmes like getting away from the church and the kind of odd. I don't know like how it all panned out, but I know it was an ugly kind of divorce separation. The kid was in the mix, and yeah, and it's weird with Tom Cruise too because like really, isn't this his only real like like child because he adopted
Was it?
children with Nicole
Yes.
Kidman.
I believe this is his only
So
biological
the
kid.
only
I'm
seed of Tom
yeah,
Cruise right there.
the only
You
yo,
know this, you know the Church of Scientology just can't wait to get their hands on her.
the male line dies with you, Tom Mapplethorpe.
Oh, yeah,
What do we got next? We have okay, so I have never heard of
fucking
this
Marsha
girl.
Brady looking bitch.
Natasha Kampusch. Natasha Kampusch. She was an Austrian woman who she gained attention for her dramatic story of abduction and escape.
Oh,
She was 10 years old, walking to school, kidnapped by a 35-year-old technician who took her to a hidden
mm,
cell in his house. Well, holy shit. After
as one would do.
so she was for 8 years, she was held by this fucking guy and obviously subjected to physical and psychological abuse, was able to escape after he allowed her to help him come run errands with her outside of his house.
Big
And
mistake, bro.
the good news is, here's the good news.
Mm.
So shortly after her escape, the guy's name was Wolfgang Pricklopiel. Wolfgang Pricklopiel committed suicide by jumping in front of a train to avoid capture and
Oh,
prosecution.
damn, that's hardcore. Hardcore way to go out. Yeah, that's boy, the effort that these people go through, like how fucking nefarious is that to make like a whole chamber for your fucking
Dude,
captor and like
8 years.
and in 8 years, like I would assume guy lived alone or
With his
something.
mother. With his mother.
Oh, of course, you
Yeah.
know, mother, don't go down there, mother.
Yeah.
Pay
Mhm.
no attention to to the squeals in the basement, mother.
Yeah, apparently, his mother, when she was doing his laundry, found some, long girl hair, and she's like, "Oh, you have a girlfriend," and he played it
Ooh.
off, and then he, shaved this poor girl's head, so to keep from any fucking hairs go yeah, insane. So, whoopsie daisy, you fell in front of
Hey
a
now,
train, you dumb bastard. But you, brave girl, thank you for surviving and
yeah,
writing your memoir
hero.
called 3,096 Days, detailing her experiences, which was later adapted into a film. So good on you, sweetheart, for
Oh
fucking
yeah.
outliving that piece
I
of
don't think
shit.
that was the one with Brie Larson.
No, that one's called Room.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
and this
Similar
one,
thing. I think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he but that one's fucked up. He's like,
Oh,
she has a
oh,
kid
yeah.
and all kinds of
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that's definitely not a feel good.
That was dark.
What do we got next year? Oh, look, this
Oh, he
is
just looks
weird.
the part, doesn't he?
Yeah. So not as bad. He
Oh,
looks like he could be related to hold on a second. Can we go no, yeah, kind of looks a little bit like this guy, a little bit. A
they
little
were they
bit.
were cellmates.
Yeah, a little bit. Henry Old Whittington, and then we have John Mark Carr,
Wow.
became widely known for his involvement in the case of the murder of Jean Benet Ramsey. So he was
Ooh.
arrested. Not a good look when you're an American citizen being arrested in Thailand and extradited to the United States. Yeah, what were you doing in Thailand, John Mark Carr?
Look at him. He's like dead behind the eyes
Oh
too.
yeah.
This guy's a fucking creep.
So he confessed to killing Jean Benet. He said he was present at the Ramsey home the night she was murdered. He was responsible. It included details about the crime scene. And despite his confession, investigators had serious doubts, considering that his DNA didn't match what was found on Jean Benet's body.
I remember that. And I
Mm.
mean, for the longest time, they were thinking maybe the parents
Oh
fucking
yeah.
killed her. Like there was always like speculation, did one of the other siblings kill her? And they covered it up. That was a fucking saga.
So he gets charged, but then
This
everything
guy.
dropped because it was determined he could not be involved. And what did he do? He went back to Thailand. Johnny boy, whatever the fuck you're doing in Thailand, I guarantee you it's
He
not
is
any good.
not
Yeah,
coming back to the US of A.
no good.
He's very happy with the lady boys over there in Thailand.
What do we got next? So this, also unfamiliar with this woman. This is Patricia Dunn. She was the chairwoman of Hewlett Packard, and
Weird.
apparently she was involved in a corporate espionage scandal. And dude, hiring private investigators to obtain phone records and other information about her CEO, her vice presidents, her chairmen of the board. The methods used included controversial. This is controversial practice. Investigators use false pretenses to obtain private information. Definitely led to significant public and legal scrutiny. And then she had to resign from her position as chairwoman of HP. And she faced obviously legal challenges, indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit fraud and identity theft, was eventually settled with Dunn agreeing to plea, which she did not admit to wrongdoing, but paid a fine.
Yeah, chill out, espionage, Karen. Jesus.
Yeah, it reminds me of Michael Clayton, Tilda Swinton's character in Michael Clayton, just like win at all costs, like doesn't matter. Yeah, what wacky shit you need to get done or what you need to do to like hurt people or private investigate
crazy,
people.
Dude. Yeah. That's insane. Just some deep rooted fucking shit, dude.
Yeah,
wow.
Rules for thee, not for me. If you got money, you can do whatever you want. And what do we got here? Okay, I see.
Just a guy.
Dude, I'm just a guy. This is James Frey, the author of A Million Little Pieces.
Okay.
He published it in 2003, but he had to go on Oprah in 2006 because it was revealed that many of the events described in his book were embellished or outright fabricated. It came to light through investigation of The Smoking Gun, a website known for investigating journalism. And this is great. He admitted that he exaggerated or invented parts of his story, leading to a significant controversy over the book's authenticity. It's like, yeah, do you think if he's proven to be a liar that the book's not authentic?
So was it like in Oprah's book club or some shit?
Yeah, she endorsed it on her show, and then she had him on the show to address the controversy where he admitted to embellishing parts of the story, but defended the emotional truth of the experiences.
Okay, like at that point, like don't frame it as a real life story, you dumb shit. Write a fucking piece of fiction, you idiot.
Yeah. But that doesn't say it sells more books that way. If you say I was a complete fucked up drug addict or whatever the hell he did.
God, look at him.
Dude, he probably went to like some like court ordered AA meetings, and then people who were telling him like sharing their experiences, he was fucking writing that down. Like, oh no, I'm too nervous to share tonight. I'll just kind of sit back and listen.
James Frey,
get on fucking Oprah, and I think this is the last one. Oh no, we got one more after this. So
what an event.
Okay, because this was out of order. Okay, so not much is known about this gentleman's name. I only have his son's name, but this guy right here, right? Who's that with? Is that Madonna? Is he with Madonna? Here he is on
Madonna chilling with these people.
So the person who is famous here is the person Madonna's holding. This
Okay.
is Johanne Banda, and Johanne Banda was one of the children that Madonna adopted, and it's this guy is the fucking dad. So she's over in like Mali adopting this boy from this guy, and he is just happy to freaking look at.
Fucking weird, bro.
Yeah,
Like what a
yeah.
weird transaction. You know she paid good money for that
Oh,
kid.
yeah, dude. So it's just like
Her
this is
little fucking pet.
dude, this is just so weird. He's like, "Hello, the son I will never see again. You will have a much better life than I could ever give you." Like they're in a fucking
Yeah.
thatched roof hut over
I'll be
here.
honest with you. You know that village had running water and sewage after
Oh yeah,
she fucking left.
yeah. So that was Johanne Banda is
Fucking
the
Madonna.
fucking like you said, the little Oompa Loompa, the real life Oompa
I'll
Loompa that
take that one. She's
yeah,
out
that
there
Madonna just
shopping
said,
for literally buying other people's children. Like,
yeah,
wow, that's not like he didn't have a fucking family.
you can do anything when you have money. And then rounding off 15 minutes of fame, here is Kavya Viswanath. Viswanathanan. I might have butchered your last name. I'm sorry. I'm ignorant.
Good try.
Good, yeah, yeah. But so her debut novel, How Opal Meta Got Kissed, Got Wild, and Got a Life.
Missed
She
that
marketed this as a teenage coming of age story, initially well received. But what happened after the public's publication? She plagiarized a bunch of this fucking book. So
Good
New York
lord.
Times picked it up. She was also going to Harvard, so she got was able given her money and financial connections. She retreated from public eye, completed her studies at Harvard, pursued a career in law and business, and surprise, surprise, she has not published any further books or returned to the literary world.
Yeah, her and James Frey are working at a Barnes and Noble right
Yeah,
now.
right. That was 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So hopefully you didn't know any of these people or much of these people because I certainly didn't. And the reason why is because they only had a little 15 minutes of fame on a brand new
Only 15.
Segi or category here on Anachronology, which does bring us to our final Segi here called Movie Date Night, which we have, I believe, once before we did.
We did this in
we did this
another
once
episode.
before. Yeah, we did this once
It's a
before.
good one.
So if you're unfamiliar with Movie Date Night, 2006, we take a heroine or a leading lady from a film. Tom and I have to choose which one of these leading ladies we will be our date for the evening. Then we have to choose who her ex-boyfriend, who is probably not happy that we are taking their ex off on a little date. And then what is the problem from a movie from 2006 that Tom and myself respective dates have to navigate in order to make it whether through at least this one date night. And hey, you don't know we're not saying that we're going to get married. We're just saying that, you know, we're just going to do a little bit of, hey, this is what I think, why I would choose her. This is why I'm going to choose this guy to like be my antagonist. And then this is what the problem that I think we can make it through. So first up here, we'll go through the ladies first, and then we'll go through the men, and then we'll go through the
damsels.
So first up, we have Marie Antoinette, or this is I can't remember her freaking name right now.
Me too.
Julia Stiles. I didn't even write it down because I figured I was like, know exactly what it is.
It's the other one that's not Julia Stiles.
Freaking Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten Dunst.
It was there. It was on the tip of our tongue. Yeah,
Kirsten Dunst. So you got to figure, you know, she's comes from royalty, haughty toddy, quite the looker, probably very can hold a conversation, educated, but probably a little high maintenance.
Leave that wig on too.
Yeah, right. Definitely got some money though, so you know maybe you don't have to go Dutch. Maybe she can spring. It's modern times now, you know. Maybe she'll pay for the date. So that's option one here. We have freaking
Look at that fucking outfit.
Mila Jovovich as Violet Song Jet Sheriff from the movie Ultraviolet. What I know from this film, I haven't seen this, but what I know from this film is it's the future. There's some vampire disease. She's a super soldier, hence the ultraviolet, like the ultraviolet light. Her name is Violet, and she does what Mila Jovovich does ever since she was in Resident Evil in like 2001, which is kind of
7 or 8 of them that she was into.
Flip around, be like kind of like Aeon Fluxy, you know, have some straight hair, midriff. some bladed weapon. It looks like she's holding. Doesn't look like a full gun. So it's a
Very fashionable as well. Incredible taste in fashion.
right. This is selection 2. Then we have freaking Bryce Dallas Howard as the weird mermaid girl from
Yeah.
Lady in the Water, but she is not. She doesn't have a. She has got human feet in this. I believe in this part of the movie, she has some human feet.
Mhm.
But yeah, so she's a mythical creature. Let's say mythologically beautiful. Only thing the downside is, well, at least not in this game, but Paul Giamatti, who's falling in love with her in this film, hopefully he's not lurking around the corner as one of the boyfriends. And then finally, we have Solange Knowles Smith as Camille from Bring It On 2. So this seems like just a safe bet, other than she's a cheerleader who just wants to win the competition against the rival schools here in Bring It On 2.
Ready to bring it on.
So now we're boyfriend selections we have. Well, we've got these are the 4. We don't have to pick these yet. We're just giving a little fresh course. We'll have the full list at the end. We'll have the full list at the end. We have Jason Statham as the character from Crank.
Fucking maniac. What a crazy fucking idea for a movie, man. Weird. It's right up his wheelhouse.
I can't remember. I think this is one of those movies where I was over like a friend's house, and he was like, "Oh, dude, this movie's awesome. You got to watch it." And it's when you're 23 or something. It's not that it's a bad movie, but it's not a good movie. So anytime someone is like, "This is like my favorite movie right now," you got to take that with a grain of salt. When Jason got jumper cables on his tongue and his tit,
electrocute me.
Marlon Wayans as Little Man from which this is another just awful
This is
vehicle.
atrocious. I mean, honestly, I don't even remember this movie existing. It's just giving me fucking cringe.
That's why we play the game, Tom. We got to remember. We got to remember these things. He could be stealing our girl here at the end of movie date night. Then we have Ashton Kutcher as Jake Fisher from the movie The Guardian, where he's like a swimmer guy in the Coast Guard. He's like a Coast Guard helicopter jumper guy. So he seems like the coolest. He's the coolest like branch of the military you could be without going to war. He's a Bering Sea rescue diver jumping out of planes. So don't bring him home to meet your girlfriend from high school because he'll steal her.
Yeah, she's gone.
And then we have Edward Norton's Eisenheim, Edward Abramovich from The Illusionist, which I don't know if he really. I remember this coming out the same time as The Prestige, and
exactly, and The Prestige just ate it up.
Yeah, it's way better.
It's like Christopher Nolan, and then there's this movie.
Then there's this one, and I can't remember if I don't remember if I saw this one or if he really does have magical powers in this or not. But I think he's supposed to. But I'm just throwing that out there because it's possible that this gentleman who is an ex-boyfriend may have some magical powers. I don't know,
or even worse, he's a restaurant magician.
Right?
You just cannot compete with that.
A dinner theater magician. Jesus. So here's the boys, and then what do we have here? Now we have the this. Are we going to survive the human sacrifice?
Oh my god!
The eclipse sacrifice
from fucking wild ride,
right? With
heads coming off, rolling.
Listen, this is a date night. You got to survive this now. Don't worry, this is not your only option. This is not the only option. We also have the Labyrinth from Pan's Labyrinth, which I don't know if that's. I mean, this is pretty bad, but then this is also pretty bad.
It's a step up from this.
This is like real life horror,
nightmare fuel.
Yeah, this is like fantasy nightmare horror. What else do we have? Then we have the remake of the Poseidon Adventure. This is 2006 Poseidon, basically the Titanic of modern day.
Yeah, basically.
It's a rogue wave, hits a cruise ship.
They're upside down.
Yeah, people got to survive. And the last thing you would have to survive would be the family reunion from Medea's family reunion.
Real nightmare review.
How will you navigate that? So we have Apocalypto, Pan's Labyrinth, Poseidon, and we have everything to choose from here. So, Tom, I defer to you as the presenter of the Segi. I present to you. You get first dibs of the lady. You go lady. I'll go lady. Then I'll pick boyfriend. Then you boyfriend. Then you go scenario. I'll go scenario.
I mean, these are all. I got to look at the scenarios. All of them are really tough. These are tough ones to get out of. I'm gonna need a tough lady at my side, somebody that can keep up, maybe even take charge.
Yeah,
Pick
this
me
is
up when I'm
not
when I'm
easy.
failing.
Not easy.
If I were to say if that's my kind of my window, I think I'm gonna go with Mila Jovovich.
Nice.
I'm gonna take her fashion forward outfit and her badass sword and be like, yo, bitch, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so excellent choice. She definitely is a baddie. Now the only problem is that I think that she is a super soldier, so I don't know how much I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
true.
I don't know how much like she would want to be a team, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if she would be
Or
quick to
she has
drop you,
weird glitchy like
right?
PTSD and shit. And I'm
Right.
like, oh fuck.
She does have some sort of weird superhuman
Mm,
serum, but Marie Antoinette, I can't take you. You're a looker, but I can't take you.
too much high
Um,
maintenance, man.
and I don't, dude, I don't think I ever saw Lady in the Water, so I don't know what powers she has other than like probably breathing underwater when she's a half fish.
Gills.
I think she might be kind of a liability if like she has her fins just turned into land legs for the first time. I think that might be a little liability. So I think I'm taking the sleeper hit here. I'm taking Camille. Well, what is the
All
actress's
right.
name here? Solange Knowles Smith as Camille. But here's why I think this is a wise choice. What Mila Jovovich brings to the table with like weapons and military prowess. Have you ever seen a black girl upset at anybody? I mean, I got like just, dude, they can just bitch and piss and moan and like run their mouth probably as good as
Well,
Mila
she ain't
Jovovich.
taking any fucking
Dude,
shit.
that's what I mean. So I feel like what she doesn't have maybe in like hand-to-hand skills or like gun or marksmanship or like blade skills. I mean, she can just like be a black girl in high school
And a
and wreck shop.
black cheerleader. You could throw her.
Oh yeah.
She could get into a
Yeah.
pyramid
She's
easily.
like she's almost like her own weapon. Like her body is her own weapon in a different way than
Toss
Mila
me, you'd be
Jokovic. Yeah.
throwing her at people and shit. Yeah, that's a fairly good choice. What I will say, I did not choose Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm looking at the scenarios right now. She would have been a great shoe in for the Poseidon adventure
You would
if
have.
she were a gill breathing mermaid.
Yes. Yes, but I believe she
Not
is.
bad.
Yeah.
That's actually I didn't see that connection before, but I'll stick with Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, and see that, but remember, like she's not a gill breathing mermaid at this point. She's
Oh,
like the
that's right.
landlubber. That's
She's
right.
like kind of a useless mermaid at
Yeah,
this
so
point.
I don't know. Again, I don't know if she has some other superpowers because I haven't
Mm.
seen that movie. But either way, or we're locked in here. You got Jokovic, I got Camille, I have Solange Knowles Smith. Now, it's snake draft, so it's my turn to pick the boyfriend.
Mm. This is
Who do I have to compete with, Tom? Who do I have? So, see, I'm kind of screwed. Like any which way you slice or dice it, right? Like the dude from Jason Statham from Crank, he's just all adrenaline. He's
looking
gonna be
crazy.
chasing me down. He's pissed that I'm trying to like sleep with his broad. I'm pretty sure like the little Damon Wayans' little man. He's just like a career criminal piece of shit who is dressing up as a baby to try and steal from someone or murder someone. So
So
he's also
does he have like man strength in a baby body?
I believe he is a full-grown man who
Okay.
looks like a baby. I believe that is the premise of that film.
All
I
right. So
believe.
he, full grown man. He's probably, he could be tough. He's small. He's scrappy.
And in order to like I believe he's passing himself off as a baby to not get caught by the police. Like
Makes sense.
there is something where he's a no-gooder. He's a no-good criminal. But
Mhm.
again, he could be dangerous. He could be he could be just as dangerous as Jason Statham. Now, freaking, how do you compete with this guy who's this Coast Guard Bering Sea diver? I mean, like I said, he's basically a Marine. Thank you for your service without
Too
going to
perfect.
war. I mean, come on, yeah, it's like that's the worst thing about him. He's too perfect. So, and then you got this fucking weirdo, like you said, freaking
Mm.
David Blaine.
Yeah.
Discount David Blaine, who, if he does have real superpowers, he does have real superpowers. Oof, fuck.
It's all over the place.
All right. I don't think. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? Like, I feel like I would actually honestly have the best chance because he might actually get in his own way. Like, he would even actually insist that, no, baby, if you love something, you have to set it free. I'm going to take the Ashton Kutcher's character of Jake Fisher
Wow.
because even though he is too perfect, if if anything, if there is anyone that I wouldn't feel bad about getting, passed over for, it would be that. I definitely couldn't take it if it was Damon Wayne's man baby, weirdo illusionist guy, no way in hell. And I mean, Jason Statham, I wouldn't want to kick his ass more than I want to kick Jake Fisher's ass. So I'll take Jake Fisher, because at least if I lose to Jake Fisher, I'm okay with that.
Wow. All right. Solid choice. Yeah. I mean, if my woman left me for that man, I would be like, I understand. It's okay. Man, this is a tough one, dude.
I know it's not easy here on movie date night.
I feel like, I don't know why, I'm just gonna go for the low-hanging fruit. I'm gonna go with the baby man, honestly. I think, fuck it, let's go baby man. Baby man, I mean, he's a weird mix. I don't know what my girl I don't know what her and this baby man had going and why they separated, but I feel like, I'm a definite punching up from baby man. I got to worry about him. He's scary. He could jump out of nowhere, kind of mini me style. But I feel like I got an edge over baby man, and maybe a semi-worthy adversary, but I feel like I could best him.
That would be an awesome movie to see, like the rom-com between Ultraviolet and Baby Man, but they're real
Teaming
characters
up.
before they broke up. Yeah, before they broke up, the duo that they were.
Fucking Baby Man.
Right. So Tom, you got Mila Jokovic and Baby Man, and then where is your date gonna take you that you guys have to survive?
Oh boy. Where are we going, girl? Let's see. Honestly, I feel like the most innocent one, but probably the fucking worst one, is going to be the Medea.
Yeah.
Medea party is going to be awful because Medea is going to be there. That's the worst part, is that I'm going to have to be in the presence of Medea.
The rest of her family is awesome, but Medea is
hallelujah and all her weird catchphrases and shit. That'd be fucking a nightmare. I am gonna go with that. We're gonna, we're going on our date night. I don't know why we're there. We're chilling. Maybe we're friends of the family, but unfortunately, her ex baby man has showed up as well, and he's there. Baby man's a black man, and maybe he's part of it's his family for some reason. She's still remaining close, and I'm the awkward, like, oh, it's the new boyfriend, and she brought him, and how could she do this to baby man kind of shit. And then a lot of it's just us avoiding awkward conversation with baby man during the event. He might be staring up at me awkwardly during most of it, and avoiding Medea. If we can just hang out at the table, eat some food, and snake out undetected with no drama, I think that's a fucking win.
That is a wise decision, my friend, to navigate your movie date night. Now, I have a little tougher road to hoe here. I am not doing Apocalypto. There's no way in hell either one of us was going to make it out of the Apocalypto eclipse heart ripping out cult.
Also, be careful of the water with this fucking bitch.
Right. You're right. So the prospect of just being out in the middle of the ocean and having like giant waves tumble like the floating city around is frightening, terrifying to me. Like the ocean just fucks everything up, so it's just unrelenting. So I kind of like the chances of us going, like, making out of the 3 trials of Pan's Labyrinth, because at the very least, like, there is no the evil Spanish general guy who's like the real bad guy of Pan. He is not technically is part of this. It's just the labyrinth. So
just some nightmarish shit you gotta get through.
Yeah, and it would be like a good bonding experience, I think, between me and her. And then when we come across that, like, the guy who has his eyeballs in his hands, she is gonna fucking kick his ass. She is gonna do some cheerleading shit. Like, he's got eyeballs in his hands. She's gonna fucking kick his ass. I'm gonna be like, yo, I told you, man, don't fuck with my girl. She's badass. So yeah, I think that's what I'm. Yeah, I think I'll escape Pan's Labyrinth. So I got Camille, my cheerleader girl. I have her perfect boyfriend, who maybe he will also like sacrifice himself down there in the Pan's Labyrinth, which
Or you guys best him down there too. That's
Maybe,
what I'm
yeah,
saying,
maybe,
you know,
maybe
it
we, maybe he
his
showed
true
true
colors.
colors, yeah, being and then escaping Pan's Labyrinth, and that is how you play movie date night, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking epic.
Chronology.
Wow. So many scenarios, so many characters, always a fun go. What would you have done? What were your picks?
Let us know in the
What were your
comments.
chess moves to make it through that? We're always interested to see the different equations of these games.
So that wraps up another episode of Anachronology.
Damn.
I hope that you all had a fun time listening and watching as Tom and I had making it and recording it for y'all. I don't know where we're going to go next time, but as far as we did it today, we had a nice little bit of music. We had a nice little bit of TV. We went back into the time capsule that is YouTube and saw a bunch of shit that probably should not have seen the light of day. But hey, that's why we're here. We got to do it. We got to do it for you guys.
Yeah, we always have a great time doing this. This is the second season of the show. Ninth episode? Ninth. Thank you. You think you are correct?
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9.
9 episodes down. Again, like Clay said, we never know where we're going next, but we have plenty more years to check out. Different decades, lots of fun, and we thank everybody for tuning in and watching. And yeah, I mean, stay tuned. Different time, different place, different craziness.
Same us on Anachronology. If you want, like we said all show, you can check us out for free on any of our socials. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube at Anachronology. And if you really like the show, you can check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/Anachronology. For $5, you get the full uninterrupted show, and you get more of us with a bonus category, bonus segment every week. Every week.
It's good stuff, folks. But thanks for tuning in. We will see you in another time. Later.
Bye.